Hey guys, so today I'm going to take you to a place, meet somebody that's very inspirational to me. It's about, I'd say about 25-minute drive, so I'm going to get on my way. Alright, so I made it to the area I need to be. Just a short little walk into the bush over there to get to the place I want to show you. As you can see behind me, there's an old structure from the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s, hard to tell. So I'm just going to take a little walk in and I'll show you. Alright, so I made it in. As you can see behind me, you see a gravestone here. This is the grave of George Weaver. I'll show you here. Now, George Weaver, he was from Pennsylvania, died September 26, 1873, at the age of 43. Like most in the late 1800s, George Weaver followed the gold rush up to the Wild Horse. After a while, he ended up going on to Perry Creek, which is just over the valley, and Palmer Bar. Eventually, on his own, he followed the Moye River up into what we call now the Weaver Creek. Now this is where George Weaver found his fortune. He found his fortune in a matter of 2 seasons approximately, and he migrated back down to, I think it was San Francisco. After a couple years, George Weaver ended up spending all his fortune, and he had to come back up here to get more gold. So the story goes that George Weaver, when he came back up, he stopped in at the Galbraith store in Fort Steele. He told his native friend that he'd be coming back up here and to send his supplies up in 2 weeks. And George Weaver came back up to mine. When he got back up here, there were people up here staying in his cabin. He ended up kicking him out, taking his cabin, but all the land up here was staked. So he ended up losing his staking rights in his ground here to work. Nobody's really sure exactly. Well, okay, that was the most bizarre thing ever. While I was giving that story, a branch came from this big tree right up there and fell. I don't know if George doesn't like me being here telling a story, but yeah, that was a little bit bizarre. So anyways, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna head down to where his cabin was. It's no longer there, but there's other structures. So I'll show you a little bit about that. Alright, so just gonna walk down this trail here. It is bear season. The bears are all out. I've got nothing on me other than my cell phone to video this. You can probably hear the Weaver Creek in the background. This would have been the original trail that they'd be using to go down to their cabins down here. Just below me, you can see, I don't know if you can see it that well. This is an old channel they'd use, and what they'd do is they'd have water flowing down here. And they'd use the water for supplying all their sluices up on the higher grounds. You can see here all the way up into the other side over here. Down there you can see the top of a cabin. So just gonna watch my surroundings here. The old structure there, it's caved in pretty good. All right. It's got to really watch. It's one thing about people that bring bear spray and guns and whatnot. They just walk down these places and they're just confident. And they don't watch for their surroundings and listen and smell. It's always a good idea to look around, take your time when you walk into places like this. Off to the left here you see an old root cellar. Of course, all caved in. Be kind of neat to dig that out one day, maybe. These guys always left stuff behind. And here's an old cabin. You can see in the floor there was something, I don't know if it was an ice box or maybe that's where they kept their gold and hid it, but could have been many things, but I'm not gonna go inside this thing. Still pretty cool. See, like say, they left a lot of stuff around. Not too sure what that would have been. Could have been where they kept horses or just a storage area. Another cool little house somebody stayed in. Again, this was not George Weaver stuff. These guys came up after George Weaver came. After they heard the rumors about him finding all his fortune up here. And below here, this is Weaver Creek. This is somewhere up in here is where he found all his fortune. So when I come up to an area like this, what I look for, outcropping of rocks like we see up over in this area, down below in here. And that's what I'll start digging up because that's been there for thousands of years, and if any gold came down, it's going to be trapped in the hard rock. As well as where the creek flows now below here, tens of thousands if not millions of years ago, it could have ran up top here on the bench. So that's what you want to look for, is benches. Alright, so here's another area, just below the cabins there. This area here, you can see it's all been worked along here, up in this area. Here, this was all done recently. This is somebody coming up afterwards, whoever owns the claim now perhaps. Down over here, you can see big rocks like this here. These rocks were moved here from the creek, glacier, and it's a good indicator of gold. You look underneath the rocks, dig under them, that's where you're going to get your color. But this is what you're looking for. You see over in the distance over here, there's a pile of rocks hand stacked when they were mining this area. So that George Weaver, he came up here, he found his fortune, like I said, in a couple seasons, and he inspires me because he did it by himself, all alone. While everybody was in the common spots, Fort Steele, Perry Creek, he went off on his own little adventure and he made it all by himself. So he's a huge inspiration for me, and it's kind of what I'm doing, and what I'm going to do is follow my dreams, and I'm going to find my fortune. Alright, so I made it home. Back to my little adventure there today. Pretty exciting. Crazy stuff happened. So I just want to show you a little bit about what I usually bring with me when I'm out there looking for gold. That fits in my backpack usually. So what I got here, obviously, is my gold pan. My little sucker bottle. I use it rarely. Most of the small stuff I throw away or just keep on panning it out. Plastic vials, good to store your gold in. Here's some vial of gold. That's stuff I found on a weekend. I don't know if you can see it there, but that's the weekend messing around. Good to find. Obviously a shovel, little backpack shovel. It's good, it's handy, packs up. Wrecking bars. A wrecking bar is another good tool I use quite a bit. I use this a lot when I'm in the hard rock and I'm breaking it apart, getting into cracks and locating the gold. It's a smaller one, same thing. Little shovel. Bug spray. That's a big deal. That saved me many times. I'd rather have that than bear spray sometimes, I'll tell you that. Rubber gloves. Keeps your hands warm, and the grip on them for the pan helps quite a bit. Obviously the lighter, in case you need to make a fire. Another lifesaver, toilet paper. Never leave home without it, for many reasons. Also makes a really good fire starter as well. Well guys, that's the end of my video. Thanks for taking the time to watch it today. You know, I've been through a lot in my life, and I'm not going to give up. This is my dream. This is my passion, and I'm going to find it. If you want a show, I'm the guy that's going to give you a show. Thanks for watching.